everybody, it's Muffinator, and here I am today to show my DZL Draft and analyze it. Yeah, that's it. We'll be in this majestic seaside cave today, and let's get started. So I had second pick overall, one person before me, and it was pretty obvious what my pick was going to be. So with the introduction, sorry for how slow this is going to be, it'll be rough, but with our new introduction of allowing Aegislash and Psychic Terrain Lele, obviously the first two picks are probably going to be Aegislash and Psychic Terrain Lele. So Spare, who had first pick, grabbed Aegislash, which I'm glad he did because I had a plan to draft either Lele or Aegislash, but I thought that my Lele plan was significantly better than my Aegislash plan, so I'm glad that he chose that. So I picked up Tapu Lele. Pretty happy about that. Really good offensive, well, especially offensive mon, hits like a truck. Nothing's gonna want to come in on it. It just doesn't want to. I mean, unless something succeeds in calling the coverage, whatever coverage wave it happens to be, then maybe. But for the most part, you don't want to have to swap in on that because I can run all sorts of items on it. I can run Scarf, Life Orb. I did end up making this one of my Z-Mons. So I can run Z-Mons on my Tapu Lele. Then Psychic Terrain's just amazing because anti-priority. That's always nice. And then my second pick, I did not actually plan this at all. I was not expecting to be able to get my hand. Originally, my second pick was going to be what I ended up drafting for my third pick. But this guy was just sitting there. So the next Mon that I picked up was Kyurem Black. I don't know how I managed to get this. Definitely a massive contributing factor to how I managed to draft Kyurem B and Lele on the same team is due to the fact that we did not have everyone show up. I'd say half the people were there. I think that's about it. Well, not even half the people were there, but I had been given a lot of picks, so effectively half of the people who were going to draft were there. I think those who weren't, Penny wasn't there for the beginning, DK wasn't. Those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head. Maybe that's, I don't know, probably not. There's probably others that I'm completely spacing, but that's definitely a contributing factor of how I even got Kyurem B in the first place. But anyways, another just amazing offensive unit. Really, really high attack. A very good special attack stat. Respectable, pretty solid bulk. Nice speed. Again, can run lots of items. Scarf, really the same items as Lele, except can't run Z moves because I did not make. If I could have made Lele and Kyurem B as both Z captains, that would have been ridiculous. But points do not allow that. This is already broken as is. It'll be fun to use him, but plus he's got Trep Terrible, which is basically Mold Breaker. I'm pretty sure that's just how it is. But then my third pick, this was originally gonna be my second pick, but then I saw I could get Kyurem B. So I picked up Hawlucha because freaking Seed Sweeper Lucha is just amazing with Unburdened. Cause I knew I wasn't gonna get sniped on this pick, which is why I felt really comfortable grabbing Kyurem B. Because the only other person I thought that might grab Lucha this early would have been Spoink, who at this point had grabbed Tapu Koko. That was no other Tapus had been drafted, so I was like, I'm probably not going to get sniped. Plus, it's third pick anyways, so yeah. But picked him up, amazing, really good, really fast, even without Unburdened. Then he gets that Unburdened boost and ridiculous, respectable attack stat, especially if he can manage to get up a Sword Stance. He'll take lives. Plus, he's got Stab Acrobatics, and with the fact that you're got Unburdened tied in there. And I can easily run Psychic Seeds. He'll probably be a pretty predictable Mon. I mean, I'm most likely I'm going to end up bringing all three of these three to every fight. It's just a terrifying offensive core. And when we did power rankings, DK, who was doing power rankings, gave my team a very appropriate name in Can You Win a Season with Just Free Mons? Can we? No idea, but we're going to see. Because after this, my picks are really pretty subpar. But anyways, next up we grab Reggie Steele to balance out all these offensive mons. We got to get someone defensive, right? And Reggie Steele is amazing on both spectrums of the defensive world. That came out weird, but 150 base defense and special defense is amazing, and 80 HP tied in with that is even more amazing. I think is that better than Toxapex? I don't actually know, because I know Toxapex has lower base HP, but it probably has higher defenses. I'll look it up right now actually, but in the meantime, anyways, Pure Steel currently running that 2 fighting weaknesses in Kiram and Reggie Steele, but then I guess I've got 2 free. I guess in a way it's free fighting reses, but let's be honest, it's just 2. Tapu Lele's double res, Hawlucha's single res, but it gets worse. So continuing on. Next up, I picked Olamola, who I am really excited about because this thing's gonna be amazing. 165 base HP is just ridiculous, and she's got a respectable, or I'm just gonna call it a she. It's got respectable defense, really bad special defense, but if it had better special defense, it'd be even more broken. Plus Regenerator. This thing's just gonna be amazing for wish swapping, I guess. That's why I picked her up. Solid wisher. It's gonna be great. And looking it up, Toxapex has higher defense but lower special defense and lower HP. But Toxapex's typing is pretty freaking amazing, so ignore me and my ramblings. Anyways, moving on, we picked up Miltank. To be honest with you, I don't really know why I've picked up Miltank. Now looking back at my draft as a whole, I mean, really good defensive, physically defensive mon with not a bad special defense. Really solid, 100 speed, good speed tier. No, everyone told me Miltank doesn't count as a speed tier, but whatever. This is one of those mons that I'm like thinking about dropping at this current moment in time due to my pretty big fighting weakness that becomes even more apparent as things continue on. But haven't completely decided, but definitely something I'm probably going to get rid of, so I'm just not really going to go into it that much. Anyways, next up we got Nidoqueen. I was originally thinking Nidoking, but 2 things happened. 1, Spare got Nidoking. 2, I realized I've already got some crazy offense. Nidoqueen's just bulkier. She's a spike and toxic spike setter, and she's still terrifying in offense. Sheer Force Life Orb it hits hard. And with Sheer Force Life Orb combinations, it makes it so Ice Beam and Thunderbolt are effectively stabs. They might as well be. Yeah, excited for her. She's gonna be amazing. I've used Nidoqueen before, but never to good success, so maybe that'll change. Onward, we got Electivire. Decently fast. I was looking for a fast electric type, and I was like, this will do. Is he that fast? No, not really, but he's decently fast. But he hits pretty dang hard. Granted, he's easily countered for the most part, but we got him. We got an electric stab. It's good. Moving on. Next up, we picked up Incineroar. Who is Incineroar? It's another fighting weakness again, but I'm probably going to be running him more of an defensive Incineroar most of the time. Because why not? He's a pretty solid tank. I mean, decent attacking stat plus Intimidate, making it making you just sound like it'd be a better tank. Plus, again, my offensive threats kind of outshine Incineroar in every way, shape, and form. Unless there's like a match where offensive Incineroar just demolishes, then we'll probably be bringing defensive Incineroar for the most part. But the option's still there. Next up, we got Serena, because I was sitting there realizing I have very little hazard removal. And, like, as of now, two. Two Mons weak to rocks in Incineroar and Kyurem B. And my only other hazard removal is Lele over there, who could run Defog, but I don't see me running Defog Lele very often. It's a possibility, but plus Grass Stab's always a nice thing to have. Also completes a Grass Fire Water Core. Granted, it's not a very good Grass Fire Water Core, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, we got Spiritomb back there in the back as a spin blocker and also as something to give me a fighting immunity, because still rocking that quadruple fighting weakness at the moment with only 2 fighting resist and a fighting immunity. That's another reason why I'm considering dropping Miltank. I think I already said it, but lessen that fighting weakness a little bit. And then our final pick was kind of just completely random and me having 2 extra points to spend. Well, I should also mention Spiritomb's a Z-move user. Yeah, that's all I had points for, so I just threw him at Spiritomb. But anyways, we picked up Dartix. Why? I had 2 points left. Saw Dartix has Defog. It's a fighting resistance. Could probably run Eviolite pretty well. Let's draft it. And so I did. That's all Dartix is, and that is my DZL Season 4 draft. This is the Mississippi Mudsdales for this season. Again, probably things I'm missing is more fighting reses. Sticky Web user is something DK pointed out in PRs. Would be very nice for this team, so I'll probably at some point drop Miltank and Dartix, I'm thinking, to pick up a Sticky Web user and something else. Or maybe just a Sticky Web user, who knows. I don't have to fill out all 12 slots. But yeah, that's the team. Hopefully we can actually get some wins under our belt. At least a good chunk of the league believes in me. So maybe I'll believe in myself. We'll see. But yeah, that's what we'll be rocking for this season. Thanks for watching my short-ish analysis. And yeah.